Gwen Stefani's marriage advice may not be what you expected. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. When Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton started working together on The Voice, they had no idea the show would lead to marriage. Both had prior marriages, and neither was actively looking, but the attraction was palpable and too strong to ignore. Gwen and Blake met in 2014 and started dating the next year. They married in July 2021 and will be celebrating their 4th wedding anniversary this summer. According to the Daily Mail, Gwen Stefani informed Drew Barrymore that if you want your marriage to function, you need a third party engaged. Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton have a happy marriage. Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton are happy, and they preserve God and faith throughout their marriage. Gwen received criticism when she joined with the Catholic app. She made a post to Instagram. Ash Wednesday is here, the start of Lent minus 40 days of prayer, fasting, and reflection leading up to Easter every year. I try to make this time more intentional, and I'm so excited to do a Hallow Apps Pray 40 challenge. The way, she left a message. Let's do this together. Make this your most meaningful Lent yet by joining me on Hallow. This individual did not like it and wrote, "Girl, this is so embarrassing." However, this admirer disagreed, saying, "It's truly disheartening to see people making hurtful comments about Gwen Stefani's Catholic faith. It serves as a reminder of the world's continued intolerance. What happened to accepting one another, regardless of our beliefs, ethnicities, or faiths? Everyone deserves respect and kindness, yet some people seem to forget that. God is not causing problems in Gwen Stefani's marriage." She and Blake Shelton were photographed during an Easter Mass in Los Angeles on April 20. Who are we to judge if something works for them? When Gwen Stefani speaks about love, the world listens not because she fits into some neat little box of what a modern fairy tale looks like, but because she has lived enough lives within her own story to know what truly matters in an industry built on fleeting moments and disposable dreams. Gwen has built something lasting, something surprising, something fiercely her own, which is why when she recently opened up about her advice for marriage, it caught even her most devoted fans off guard. With a smile that seemed to glow from somewhere deeper than the bright stage lights, Gwen leaned into the question poised before her. Everyone expected her to offer platitudes about trust, communication, perhaps some tidy phrases about always making time for each other. But instead, Gwen gave an answer raw, honest, and unexpected. She spoke not of grand gestures or perfect harmony, but of something far messier, more beautiful, more real. She talked about the art of letting go. Letting go of the idea that you have to be perfect, letting go of the need to win every argument, letting go of the version of yourself you think your partner wants, and simply being. She spoke about how true marriage is not about two flawless beings joining forces, but about two flawed souls choosing each other over and over again, even when it is hard, even when the storms come, even when the world outside the walls of your home feels too heavy to bear. The fans who have followed Gwen's journey from the electric energy of her early days in music to the tender moments she now shares with Blake Shelton were moved by her vulnerability. Gwen and Blake have become symbols of an unexpected love story, a blending of seemingly opposite worlds. City girl meets country boy, pop royalty meets down-home heartland spirit. And yet through it all their love has never seemed manufactured or strategic. Instead, it has always carried the warm, worn edges of something real, something hard-won. When Gwen talked about marriage, she spoke about seasons, about how love looks different at different times. Sometimes it is electric, sometimes it is a quiet, steady hand on your back as you face another ordinary day. She talked about the importance of not chasing the feelings of the early days, but rather tending to the roots that grow deeper with time, veered away from the glittering surface of romance into the deep soil of commitment. She described how easy it is to get caught up in the noise, the expectations, the comparisons, the curated images of happiness that flood our screens every day. She urged couples to remember that real love lives in the tiny moments, the unseen sacrifices, the patient listening, the forgiveness freely given without scorekeeping. The world has watched Gwen and Blake navigate not only their relationship, but also the relentless gaze of the public, and through it all they have modeled a kind of love that refuses to conform to Hollywood's expectations. There were those who doubted them, those who whispered that it was a publicity stunt or a temporary thrill, but with every year that passes, Gwen and Blake have quietly proven that their bond runs deeper than appearances, deeper than fame, deeper than fleeting trends. In her interview, Gwen recalled a moment that stayed with her, a moment when she realized that marriage is not about finding someone who completes you, but about finding someone who inspires you to become more of yourself. She described a quiet afternoon with Blake sitting side by side in their backyard in Oklahoma, watching the sun slip below the horizon, and realizing that in that silence, she felt more seen, more understood than in any roaring crowd or glittering awards show. She said that marriage is about choosing to believe the best in your partner, even when you are hurt, even when you feel distant, even when the easy thing would be to walk away. It is about waking up each day and deciding again and again that you are in this together, not because you have to be, but because you want to be. Fans responded with an outpouring of emotion, flooding social media with stories of their own marriages, their own struggles and triumphs. Inspired by Gwen's openness, some thanked her for giving a voice to the quieter struggles of love, the moments that do not make it into love songs or romantic comedies, but that form the bedrock of a lasting relationship. Others marveled at how someone who had lived so much under the public microscope could still find a way to be so real, so grounded, so human. There is something deeply comforting about hearing someone like Gwen Stefani acknowledge that love is not always easy, not always sparkles and songs, but that it is worth fighting for, worth tending, worth holding onto with both hands through the storms and droughts alike. Gwen's marriage advice came not from a pedestal, but from the trenches, from a woman who has loved and lost, who has known heartbreak and healing, who has chosen to believe in the miracle of second chances. Her words offered a roadmap not to perfection, but to perseverance, not to bliss without effort, but to joy forged through shared struggle. She spoke about how important it is to keep growing both individually and together. She shared how Blake's quiet strength, his steady humor, his deep connection to the simple things in life, has challenged her to slow down, to savor, to find joy in the unflashy moments. She talked about how she, in turn, has brought her own fire and creativity into their shared life, lighting up even the quiet Oklahoma nights with a different kind of magic. Together they have built a life that is not about spectacle, but about sanctuary, a place where each can lay down the burdens of the outside world and simply be seen, loved. Known for Gwen, that has been the greatest surprise of all, that real love does not sweep you away like a storm, but roots you like an ancient oak, steady, deep, resilient. Her advice to those looking for lasting love is deceptively simple and profoundly difficult. Be kind, choose kindness over being right. Choose patience over pride, choose gratitude over resentment. And when the hard days come, as they inevitably will, lean in, not out, hold tighter, not looser. Remember why you chose each other in the first place. It is advice forged in the fires of real life, the kind of wisdom that cannot be manufactured or faked. It is the wisdom of a woman who has walked through the valleys and come out not unscathed but unbroken, shining with a light that comes from within. As Gwen Stefani's words continue to ripple out into the world, inspiring fans old and new, there is a sense that she has once again done what she has always done best. She has taken her truth, her pain, her joy, her messy, beautiful reality, and woven it into something that makes the rest of us feel a little less alone, a little more hopeful, a little more ready to fight for the kind of love that does not just dazzle but endures. And in a world that so often values the flashy over the faithful, the easy over the enduring, that might just be the most unexpected and needed marriage advice of all. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our American Idol YouTube channel for more updated news.